up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Dense Pixels podcast. I'm your host, Brad, joined by my co-hosts, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
So, I am very, very excited to hear your guys' thoughts on Marvel's Avengers. I gave Micah a homework assignment last week to come to the podcast prepared to tell us whether this game would be worth the $60 price of admission if it only contained the campaign that you play through in the game. I'm assuming both of you have beat it at this point.
Yeah. I'm gonna answer for Micah. No. But go ahead, Micah. Continue.
I finished the.
And that's not.
That's the right answer.
I mean, that's not a knock on the game, but go ahead.
It's no, it's not worth $60. It isn't. It just isn't. It's a fine game. It's not bad, and that's what I would like. Some people are like, "Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is really good." Like, no, it's really not. It's not bad, and that's not, for something that claims to be as this is like a Destiny clone, right? Mm. Now imagine playing vanilla Destiny 1, right? Like, that's what this is, and it's not bad. It's playable. It has a very entertaining campaign. The combat is surprisingly the best part about it. Like when you're beating up fodder, when you're beating up like the little robots and stuff, you really feel like a badass. But you kind of got to unlock characters, unlock their abilities. But once you do, you feel like a superhero. But like the game is broken, like it's glitchy. like I got some costumes. And look, this is one of the reasons I'm not paying for costumes. You get a costume at the end of the game that's made by Tony Stark, right? It's got like all these like Tony Stark little isms to
think of the Spider-Man costume that he gave in Homecoming.
Right. It's
the exact same thing.
You get versions of that for each of the characters. And I love Captain America in this game, right? He is the best character, right? He's amazing. And that outfit is pretty badass looking, right? Like he's got like glowing eyes, and he's got like armor pieces on the chest, right? And I was like, yeah, I like this, right? Then I switched to another outfit that I unlocked. I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty nice. Let me go back to the Stark Tech armor, though, because that's really badass, right? So I go over, and I look for it, and it says it's locked. And I said, what? And it's locked. Exactly. What? It's locked. And I looked it up. Apparently, this game has been locking costumes that people get. I got a Hulk costume, right, that had like a bunch of yellow like tribal paint on them. I was like, I was like, this guy looks like a badass, right? No, it's locked. It's locked. And I got those costumes for free, but when I looked it up, people were like, yeah, I paid $14 for this costume, and it's locked.
I'm gonna blow somebody's shit up. I would argue that yet.
Yeah, I would argue if you're dumb enough to pay $14 for a costume, you reap what you sow. How about that?
It's the game has some issues. I've experienced some frame rate problems, like to the point where look, I don't have like a counter and whatever. It just felt like it was frame rate in the single digits. I've seen glitches. One of the costumes I have for Captain America, his mouth.
Is it the old school costume? I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
a Battlefront costume.
Yeah.
Yo, his face is melting.
It is, yo.
It's weird. I looked at him like he looks donkey brain.
Like it's like the mouth wants to move, but the lips don't open.
Right, and then the eyes are fucked up.
And the eyes are just like, like this is weird. So there's and I've seen like buildings that just don't have roofs on top of them, and
Jesus Christ.
It's messy. It's a messy game, but it is fun to play, and it's a nice little time killer. No, it's not worth the $60 in my opinion. But your mileage may vary. If you they do a lot of little things that if you're like a hyper fanboy, you'll really enjoy. But no, it's not worth $60.
Yeah, I would echo everything he said. I haven't run into I've run into maybe 3 or 4 glitches, and I've played a lot of it. I guess I've just gotten lucky. The story is really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but I grew up on beat 'em ups, so this is right up my alley.
Yeah,
it just is. Like being able to like pull, because the combo system is surprisingly free flowing for what it is. Like Micah said, Captain America is the best character in the game. Like, as soon as I picked him up, I'm ping-ponging my fucking shield off at like 19 different enemies at the same time. It's fucking awesome. It just is. He's kicking it back. Like, everything he does in the movies, he does in the game.
Yeah, man.
It's just
like,
dope.
When he was in the Winter Soldier, where he was just running and just running at full speed and just gave that one guy the big boot. Like,
yeah.
That's a move in the game.
A move in the game. It's awesome. But all of the characters, I have him, Hulk, Black Widow are all level 50.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because there's a way to get them up to level 50 pretty quickly. Kamala Khan is also really fun to play. I have her to like I almost have everyone at level 50. Iron Man is really fun also. He just gets taken down really quickly because his defense is trash. It's just a fun game. Like, I just enjoy playing it. Like you said, it's just a fun game to play because I feel like if they were to do like a 3D Streets of Rage or something like that, this should be how it's done. I've seen the reviews. Everybody's like, "Oh, the game." I saw someone review that said the gameplay felt like a mobile game. I'm like, shut the fuck up. No, like you just don't. You're just saying shit just to say it at this point. Like, that's nonsense. Well, he said the story was great, but like, I just felt like I was playing a mobile game. I was like, how old are you? Because again, I'm 40. I've been playing fucking games for 35 years, so I'm used to this type of gameplay, and this is right up my alley. Like I said, it's just fun. The monetization's terrible. I'm not paying $14 for anything. Fuck you. But go ahead. What were you about to say?
Well, so you can answer the question that I'm most curious about, because most of the folks that I've seen online, like reviewers like that, have talked about, hey, the story was really great, and then you kind of get to the end game, and there's not much of an end game right now. So you're obviously firmly in that since you already have a bunch of characters maxed out. Like, is there like a copious end game here, or is it very much like this is the early stages of a shared world looter shooter that stuff's coming, but right now there's just not gonna be enough to.
It's Destiny 1.
Okay.
They have hives. I'm not 100% done with the story with the campaign. I'm at like 89% now. Because
I would think you should probably do that because I'm sure.
No. What I'm saying, like, you have the campaign, you finish the actual story, but there are other missions.
Oh, I see.
In the campaign that unlock as you progress through other missions that you do. And I didn't realize that when I was running through the campaign. I looked at it, I'm like, I'm only 60% done with the game. What the fuck? But as I was playing more through the multiplayer, more things unlock. So I'm not even done with the full campaign yet. So there are, and each character has like iconic missions that they do, which it says iconic mission. There's like 9 different levels in this game that you run through over and over again, and it's just the same enemies. It's the same corridors. I thought it was randomly generated corridors. It's not. It's all the same shit. So it's incredibly repetitive, but the combat keeps me coming back.
Interesting.
So when they start unlocking more characters, like, I can't wait for Black Panther. I can't wait to see what because like when you unlock everything with a character, like the Hulk was trash to me. When I first started playing the Hulk, I'm like, yo, this nigga sucks. Like, first of all, he's the Hulk and he's getting taken down by like just little. I'm like, I know it's a video game, like, come on, yo. But once I leveled him up to 50, like, he's like my second favorite character next to Captain America.
Your
Mike,
video is the only reason I'm trying to get the Hulk.
Yeah, I literally did that. Because you run into that room and you got to kill all of they're like super enemies with armor and shit. You run into that room. That usually takes me like 3 to 4 minutes. It should took me 57 seconds. I just ran in and took out the big robot, and even I was like, "Yo, what the fuck did I just do?" It was awesome.
Mike, have you played any of the iconic missions yet?
Yes.
Okay, so are they closer to Destiny Strikes or are they closer to Anthem Strongholds?
They're closer to they're closer to Strongholds. Because you have objectives that you have to complete before you can progress to the next area. Then you have to complete that. Then you have to complete that objective, ultimately until you reach a boss. Right, okay. One of the 3 supervillains in the game called Avengers, and just 3 random supervillains.
Right.
It's Abomination, Taskmaster, and MODOK. Sorry, yo, I don't count Scientist Supreme as a supervillain. I really don't. So, yeah, they're more like Strongholds, but they do have things that are kind of like Strikes. Mm-hmm. They're just like war zones or drop zones or danger zones or whatever, right? Like there's a lot of different zones in here, and it doesn't matter what they're called. It's basically the same thing.
They're all the same shit.
Right. You get dropped into a location. You get hey, we need you to take out this, or we need you to stand in an area no bigger.
Like we need to capture the flag. Like what the
right, right. We got to capture control points so that Jarvis can upload his wing wangs to the doodads. Like, all right, yo, whatever. But it's all the same stuff. But like Terrence said, it's just the way the game plays, man. Like you really feel like a badass once these characters level up. Now, I haven't really. Captain America's at 50. Black Widow is next. Some followed by like the Hulk, then Kamala, and then Thor, and then Iron Man. I really don't like.
I don't like Thor.
Look,
I have him like 37, but I don't like his play. Like he's a great crowd control guy.
Yeah,
but I don't like his play style. It's like he's like a hybrid between like Cap and Iron Man. It's weird.
It is weird, and you don't really get to play him in the story often, right? Like there's one section where you play him, and then like that's it. Like he's just like, all right, well, fuck Thor. We don't really give a fuck about Thor. So
it's interesting because so from what we all expected, we expected to get a Destiny clone, and in many ways it seems like we did. But the way that you guys describe the things that make the game well, it looks like we got like kind of a half-assed Diablo instead, in some ways.
Yeah,
the loot system's stupid. It is. It just like I understand it, and I'm working with it because that build that I had with Hulk was the reason why I took everything out so easily. Because that slam that I do, I had a piece of loot that heavy finishers radiate gamma radiation. And that's DOT damage over time. So when you slam, it just hits them, and once there's a little meter that builds up, it's just DOT, and it just ticks away their health. So I just did that constantly, and it just killed everybody. And he has a perk once you level him up, as when he does his super, he leaves like a giant field of gamma radiation. That if whoever's standing in it gets hurt by it, but your opponent, your teammates get healed by it. Mm-hmm. So it's things like that in the game that kind of keep it cool. But yeah, the loot is because you're just constantly, you have to get to 150 as the cap. I guess once you hit 150, then you start like actually creating builds, and builds are just kind of like whatever.
Wait,
which one is gonna?
I thought you said level 50 was the
level. There's a level 50, and then your gear score is 150.
Your light level. Your light level.
Exactly. Exactly.
I got you.
It's Destiny. It's Destiny with fucking Marvel characters. That's all it is.
So I'm encouraged for this game's future then, because if it's going to be like Diablo style, I could see it when they come out with new characters. That's going to kind of be treated like like Diablo seasons are in a lot of ways, where it'll get a lot of people back in the game to try like the new shit that's going on. I can see a big problem happening though, is that the hardcore people are going to max all their characters out. So when the new characters come in, everyone's going to want to use that character because that's going to be the only guy that's not leveled. So I can see you guys having to like butt heads maybe, especially if you're playing with people having to trade off.
I mean, that's if you can get an online game going.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've played maybe 25, 30 hours, and I've gotten 4 online games with people. It's not easy. I even go to fucking quick match, and then I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. I'll just play by myself with these dumbass AI. Now I always keep a Kamala Khan on my team because she will heal you if you're hurt.
Yeah,
she'll hit you with the team spirit. I'm like, that's dope. She always heals you if you're when you're close to death. If she has it available,
right.
And Hulk is also always on my team because for some reason he just doesn't seem to die as the computer. So,
well, we have an early contender for show title this week: Marvel Avengers: not bad.
I mean, that's the most honest assessment you will get from this game. Otherwise, everyone else thinks this is amazing or it's trash, and it's neither.
So so what you're saying? It's a 7.5 out of 10. It's a 3 out of 5 stars. It's that essentially.
It's a 2.5 out of 5.
Like, look, I love it. I love it, but I've played games long enough to know that I have a distinct taste in video games. Yeah, I would give it like a 7.
Yeah, it's probably worth
5.57.
Again,
right now.
Just because I'm a petulant asshole, and that is my brand. It's going to make me very upset to see this game not receiving a quarter of the scorn that Anthem received upon.
Anthem is garbage.
Fact,
no.
It has many of the same problems.
Nope.
From
Cut it out. Anthem is trash. Like, no, it's two totally different things. Anthem is just bad. It just is.
Look, it was fun to fly around and shoot things. There just wasn't a whole lot to do after.
You know what's funny though? You know what's funny? Anthem does Iron Man better than Iron Man, in my opinion. It really does. So, you flying around in a javelin feels more like Iron Man than Iron Man.
I'm used to the controls, but it is weird. Like, you gotta double tap X and then you take off, clicking in the left stick, and then the drop down. You like to descend, you press circle to drop completely down. You double tap X again. I'm like, all right, yo.
It's not intuitive at all.
And then you gotta dodge bullets and shit. I'm like, yo, good Lord. But he's still fun to play.
Look, all I'm saying is that if you made a generic superhero game and it was exactly this game, people would be shitting all over it. The Marvel license helps pave over a lot of cracks, I feel.
I would agree.
Because again, the story is what people seem to be raving the most about in terms of
that last fight was awesome. that last set piece was dope.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was. And Captain America looked badass.
Yeah.
That's the only time that I got to see it.
Why the fuck? That's weird. So it's locked. Do you have to pay for it?
No, it's just locked. And it says will unlock through campaign missions or whatever. Like it says, it's just locked. And I just can't get to it.
And they need to patch it out, essentially.
Yeah, they need to patch it. And then hopefully they will, hey, your account has unlocked this. So here it is again.
Well, that's fucked up.
In other new games coming out this week, there's really only one highlight release that I saw. Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning comes to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Look for thoughts on that next week, because I will be playing that tonight as soon as I'm done editing and uploading the podcast. Very excited. Like I said, I've been waiting a long time for this remaster. So hopefully it kicks off well. They already had to put out a patch, so hopefully it fixed any day one problems that arose.
Oh, I will reveal my thing at the end of the show.
Oh, at the end of the show. Well, there you go. That's what
because you guys are not going to believe it.
Oh, all right.
But go ahead.
Go to youtube.com/densepixels and subscribe. Click the bell notification icon to be notified on whenever we, post a video. New episodes every week. Subscribe to all the TMP Studios podcasts wherever you get your podcasts, including The Nerd Apocalypse, Black on Black Cinema. We are doing a trash movie. We just have to schedule it. Coming distractions, and the weekly preview episode of Look Forward. Go to densepixels.com/premium. For $5 a month, $50 a year, you get access to the premium slate of content, including the airing of grievances, which I have to schedule with Jay, because if I don't, he won't. No Time to Bleed, The Men with the Golden Tongues, Upstage Conversation, and the full episode of the Look Forward Political Podcast. Now, look, normally I would come on here and describe what the latest episode of Look Forward is, but somebody decided to upload it at 5 o'clock.
Oh, I didn't even know it was uploaded.
Yeah, I started listening to it.
So
that's how you know it's good. As soon as I hear that it's available, I'm running to my phone right now and downloading it.
And that's what you will do when you go to densepixels.com/premium.
Excellent. Gentlemen, we finally have our first next generation price reveal, kind of, today. So the fine folks at Microsoft have confirmed the price and date of the Xbox Series S, as in Sam, not X, as in the system that most people are probably going to be clamoring for this holiday season when it comes out. So we always knew that the Scarlet or the Series S, the baby version of the next gen console, was going to be coming at some point. Microsoft had not revealed anything on it to date, and then in the middle of the night, they drop a price and a release date. So the Xbox One Series S is coming November 10th, and it's going to cost $299. Now, they did say, I think Microsoft said this officially, that the Series X is supposed to come out the same day as the Series S. And I could be wrong on the official part of that statement. So if you were to believe that, then that means the Series X will also be coming out on November 10th. It was reported by Windows Central that the price point for the Series X has been confirmed at $499 US, but that has not been confirmed by Microsoft. So let's start with what we do know for sure. Do you guys want what looks like a shower speaker sitting on your entertainment center with lower specs?
Fucking point. I mean, I get it, but what's the point?
Yeah, it's a no for me. I don't want that one. I want the other one. I want the monolith.
Yeah.
I want the obelisk.
So it's interesting, right? So here's what they're saying. According to Microsoft, here's the specs that they give out for this console. It's designed to play games in 1440p, which is not quite 4K. It's like 2K basically. At up to 120 frames per second. It's an all-digital console. It has a 512 gigabyte solid state drive. It's going to support all the next-gen technology like ray tracing and variable rate shading. Shockingly, no word on how many teraflops it has. That's the information that I was on the edge of my seat wanting to know.
512?
Say again?
All digital 512?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's $300. What do you expect? Memory cost is one of the most expensive things in the console. So, if you're going to cheap on something, you're going to cheap on hard drive space. I understand that. It will upscale games to 4K. So, it's not going to be native 4K, but you'll get the super sampling to get it there.
Like the previous console.
Yeah, So that's the thing that I want to ask you guys. What's funny about this to me? I would love to see a breakdown of the specifications this console compared to the Xbox One X.
Right.
Not only is it probably closer than you think, this might actually be a little underpowered compared to the Xbox One X.
But they said it's really slim. It's slimmer than the Xbox. It's their slimmest Xbox ever, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the Xbox One S, the Xbox One X is a heavy motherfucker. That thing feels like it weighs 20 pounds.
Oh, it's a brick shithouse as people are prone to say that thing is.
$299. No thanks.
Yeah, and that's like you said. Like if you are, it's weird, right? Because Microsoft more than Sony is like very much the company of cross compatibility. Like there's not much that's coming out, at least in the first couple months, that cannot be played on both consoles. So if you already have a One X, well, I mean, to be fair, if you have a One X, you're probably not looking at this console anyway to begin with. I don't know. Like I said, I as usual, when they release these like, scaled down versions of the main console, I don't really know who this is for. To me, this feels like this exists for all the people that aren't able to get a Series X on launch day and have no self-control to be able to wait for the system to get restocked.
And it would just be a waste of money.
I agree.
mean,
Like if you really want the X and it's like, oh shit, I waited too long, it's sold out, I don't know when it's coming back. Let me pick this one up as a stopgap for $300. When all you got to do is wait a couple weeks and then pay an extra $200 to get the Big Daddy or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I kind of don't know who this is for, right? Like on one hand, like maybe you can't afford $500. But again, you could just wait and save up the money,
right?
And get them when you really want. Yeah, I don't understand this strategy. I've heard it compared to like cell phones, right? Like you can.
And I think that's what they're going for. Is that this is the like the Siri, like I can't remember what Apple calls their shit. This is like
they call it S and X.
Well, no, but this is like the one that Apple just released this year. That's like the $400 iPhone.
It's like the Apple SE or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then the Series X is like your iPhone, Pro. Like I feel like the disparity is that much between the two. Like it runs all the same apps. You get a lot of the same hardware features because you still get the good camera and stuff like that, but it's just not nearly as powerful or fast.
Yeah, it doesn't have like the OLED screen and all those other bells and whistles that $1,000 phone has.
Yes.
$1,000 for a phone. No.
Hey, I mean, I'm fucking sitting here looking at one, so I can't.
You see, I ain't talking.
Like I'm not. I had to get a new phone. I paid $250 for it. It's fine. It's a Motorola G Power. It's got the battery lasts for like 3 days.
So what you're saying is you're the target customer for this concept.
Yeah, but if it was a cell phone.
Yeah, I had to finance my cell phone. So,
as did I. Because I'm not balling like that to just be carrying a G in my pocket with be able to drop that shit right away.
That's just crazy.
So
all those fucking hot flagship phones.
We'll have more to say because I think there's a question in the post office about Sony's. If the $499 report is to be believed, which, like I said, it's not confirmed. So we'll idly speculate later in the show. Rocket League is going free to play. We talked about this on the show before. They're still in the process. They have announced that when it does go free to play, you will not have to pay, or you will not have to require PlayStation Plus or Nintendo Switch Online to play the game on those consoles. Microsoft still requires a Xbox Live Gold subscription to play any free-to-play game, so this will not be exempted from that. But if you have Sony and Nintendo and all you play is Rocket League, then I guess that's good news that you don't have to keep your subscription going if you don't want to once Rocket League goes free to play. No date yet confirmed as to when the transition will be happening. They started it in July, so we'll see what happens there. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the vitriol that is coming from the online sports community towards EA Sports for one John Madden National Football League 21, which released a couple of weeks ago. As of like a week or so ago, Madden was the lowest user-rated game on Metacritic with a 0.4 user rating out of 10.
Good. That's hilarious. Fuck that. Like, EA just They don't care. Like to the point where one of the developers literally was like, "A 2 is better than nothing." That's what he said. I was like, "Nigga, what is wrong with?"
I disagree that that this is better than nothing. You could have just sent a roster update out for Madden 20 if you were going to double this shit in our face. Honestly,
Madden 19 is the same fucking game.
Well, one of the biggest complaints has been about the Madden franchise mode. At one time, the feature mode in Madden football, but of course, there's money to be made with Ultimate Team, so all of the resources are shifted to that. Franchise has been left in the dust. From reviews that I saw, the franchise mode in Madden 21 is pretty much the same franchise mode that was in Madden 20, which is pretty much the same franchise mode that was in Madden 19. So EA has announced that the game is going to get, the franchise mode specifically, is going to get 3 significant updates, the first one of which is coming in November.
Oh, shit.
So apparently the first update that is coming will give players the ability to customize the X Factor or superstar abilities of players inside online or offline franchise modes. Apparently players can unlock like special traits, essentially. That's what the X Factors are. I think they've had them in the game for a couple of years. They're also finally getting some, later on after this update, they're getting some UI changes. For example, individual stats reports and player cards will be revamped to provide more context for in-season stats for players. So you'll actually get like individual stats broken out. And apparently now, postseasons will now get a playoff bracket so that you can properly see the tournament that is unfolding before you in the postseason with the new NFL wildcard format that is debuting in the real National Football League this year. So these are all coming in November, among a few other updates. The critical reviews for this game have not been much better. Let's see here, 63 aggregate rating, Micah,
Jesus.
on Metacritic, as far as critical reviews go for Madden 21.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
This is one of those instances when I am really, really happy that I don't work at GameStop anymore, because I would have to listen to a bunch of butthurt Ravens fans who think that this is a conspiracy against the Ravens, that
So right.
that EA made a terrible game because our boy Lamar's on the cover.
Oh my God. You could not be more correct about that. Honest to God, you can't. That is absolutely something that would fucking happen.
I love Baltimore, but goddamn, like they have a chip on their shoulder, man, and it is just, calm down. They just made a shitty game. Again, they make these shitty games every year, yo. It's not because Lamar's on the cover that this one is the worst one ever. Come on, man. Come on.
That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my God.
So there you go. Maybe EA will learn their lesson and try to pump out something that is a little better next year.
And look, like I said last week, I'm sympathetic in some respects because, again, COVID has rocked everybody. Annual release games like Madden and Call of Duty, probably it's even more difficult because you're up against a very firm time crunch that you really can't, it's in their contract with the league that the game has to be put out at, a certain timetable, pandemic be damned. Like, it's not like they have clauses in there to account for that kind of stuff. So again, I'm somewhat sympathetic, but it's, again, like we said, it's not like this is the first year that they've neglected one of what used to be the feature modes in the game. I remember when I did play Madden way back when, it was specifically for franchise. Now, this was over a decade ago that I last bought a Madden football game at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not the target audience for it. But I can understand people that feel jaded, especially when the shift goes towards Ultimate Team, because Ultimate Team, again, is just a way for those guys to make a shitload of money. And that's why they filter a lot of the resources towards those modes, more so than other modes. FIFA doesn't get it to the same degree that Madden does, because they have a lot more resources in general for FIFA, because that game sells 15 million copies a year.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely more of a shift and more of a focus on Ultimate Team, even in FIFA, than there is in the other game modes that are in the game. So I understand people that are upset by this. I'm glad that the developers are listening to the community. It just really sucks that, all these folks that bought this game have to wait 2 months now just for the first of several updates that are supposed to be coming down. So we'll see. We shall see. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Terrence is back. Terrence went away for a little bit. We covered admirably in his absence.
I don't know what the fuck happened. All of a sudden, it was just like I could hear you for like you started talking about Madden, and then it just my shit froze, but I could hear you for like the next 30 seconds, and then it just stopped.
So there you go. Basically, Madden's trash, and people are right to bitch about it. That was the summation of that.
Yes.
Some good Madden news. Apparently, for the first time since 2016, Colin Kaepernick is back in Madden football. Though Kaepernick is still unsigned in real life, he is back in the game as a free agent.
See, this is get woke, go broke. Get woke, game broke. This is the worst fucking Madden ever, apparently, and it's because of Colin Kaepernick. They put him in, and he broke the game.
This is interesting to me. So he hasn't played in real life since 2016 for very fucked up reasons.
It's been 4 years.
Oh yeah, no, it's been that long. I mean, for those that don't understand, because of his stands on social justice and because he was the first major athlete to kneel during the national anthem games, he's been unofficially but kind of officially blackballed by the league in many ways, or at least nobody wants to sign him to gain the negative attention from a certain segment of the NFL fan base that would come with signing him. So despite the fact that he has not been in the game for 4 years and has not played in the NFL for 4 years, he is an 81 rated quarterback in Madden 21, which puts him in the top half or top 15 rather of quarterbacks in the game in general.
Where do they get these stats from? Just 4 years ago?
I suppose, but even 4 years ago, I don't know if he would have been an 81 rated.
I don't think
QB. So. I mean, not that he should have been unsigned, but he wasn't exactly like good enough to be a starter in the league at that point.
Yeah.
From what I understand,
he was fine. He wasn't. He was fine. But hey, look, does he get any money from this? I don't think he does he?
Well, it's interesting. So apparently, EA Sports approached him over the summer about getting his likeness back in the game because since he's not signed, I guess he's not technically part of the NFLPA.
Right.
So I guess he wouldn't, be able to get in on that. And he was apparently very hands-on in determining how his avatar was supposed to be used. He requested that his character has an afro in the game. He requested that his signature celebration when he scores a touchdown is a black power fist. These were all things that came from him.
Mm.
Did he suggest that his quarterback rating be 81?
Well, famously, a lot of NFL players, especially, tend to be, or not necessarily hands-on, but they definitely lobby EA Sports for certain stats.
Yeah, they all want to be 99. They all want to be 99. Shut up.
They would, but what they really get upset, they don't care about the stats that are like in the 90s. They get upset about the stats that are in like the 50s, but they don't think should be that low. That's what they get mad about. This is cool. I'm glad that he is back in the game. I don't know why they really even took him out of the game in the first place, other than the fact that he wasn't on a team. They have several players that are unsigned that end up in the game as free agents anyway. So,
yeah, hey, this is cool.
So the Epic Apple do-si-do continues on in earnest. Epic has now appealed to the courts to ask them to stop Apple's, quote, retaliation against them. Basically, they asked the court to stop Apple from challenging its unlawful restrictions while the antitrust case proceeds. Basically, they want to be able to still have Fortnite in the Apple Store until the case has been settled. So they're trying to get a judge to get them to stop that. Meanwhile, Apple's responded by countersuing Epic Games for having the gall to stand against them. I'm going to read some quotes because this is some fantastic lawyering on Apple's part here. They said the Epic's conduct was, quote, willful, brazen, and unlawful. Quote, Epic's lawsuit is nothing more than a basic disagreement over money. Although Epic portrays itself as a modern corporate Robin Hood, in reality, it is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise that simply wants to pay nothing for the tremendous value it derives from the Apple App Store.
I mean, it's lawyer speak, but it sounds good.
Yeah. No, again, there are no real heroes in this story. If we're being honest, like it's just two giant corporations that are fighting over money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And look, I respect Apple for saying that shit. Like, nah, you're not doing something altruistic. You know, we the king snake when it comes to mobile shit, and you want in on it. But you want to have your cake and eat it too. Fuck you, yo.
Here's some other fantastic quotes from the suit. They called what Epic did a, quote, external payment runaround implemented via a hotfix, cold-blooded, and little more than theft.
Cold-blooded.
Damn.
All right. I'm out. You had me, and now I'm out. Yeah, shut up, yo.
Is that because you can only hear that phrase in Dave Chappelle channeling when they say it? Cold-blooded. And Apple said it was part of Epic Games', quote, self-serving narrative in saying that Apple was retaliating against them. Epic has yet to comment on the countersuit as of
self-serving narrative.
Yeah,
coming from Apple. Fine, it's fine. Whatever. Sure. Okay.
No, you don't understand, Terrence. The Epic gave Apple an unwanted reach around, and they didn't want it. They stole from it.
Oh my God.
It's tantamount to sexual abuse.
I love this shit, man. Like I said, it's because I don't play Fortnite. I can watch this from afar and laugh. I do feel really bad for the people that do play Fortnite on their Apple devices that can't now. Apparently, Fortnite play hours are down like 60% on iOS because no shit. when you can't have when there's a fucking massive Marvel event going on in Fortnite right now and you can't play it on your iPhone or your iPad, you're gonna go play it somewhere else, I would imagine. That's another funny thing about Avengers.
Free everywhere. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Another fun thing about Avengers I heard too is that someone said, I can't remember who, that Fortnite has a better Avengers story in its game right now than Marvel's Avengers has in its game right now.
Really?
Apparently the Fortnite Marvel thing is like really, really good. So really
does Fortnite have a story to begin with?
Ish. Kind of.
That involves like murder and carpentry?
Ish. Say what does have a vast and sprawling story is the Legend of Zelda saga. Players today found out that there's going to be a prequel coming for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. However, that prequel is not a proper Zelda game, rather a sequel to 2014's Hyrule Warriors that is set 100 years before the events of Breath of the Wild. It is called Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and it is coming to Nintendo Switch on August 20th.
Hyrule Warriors, wasn't that the Dynasty Warriors type game?
Quite literally the Dynasty Warriors crossover with Legend of Zelda theming, which apparently is a very popular game. I was expecting this news to be met with some grousing from Nintendo fans, but most of the Nintendo fans on my timeline were very happy about this. Carrie's very happy about this. She said, "Yay, Zelda!" Like she's super excited to play more Hyrule Warriors. I could not care less, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them, I guess.
So what you're telling me, Terrence, is that you're not buying a Nintendo Switch to play Hyrule Warriors Breath of the Wild?
That is correct. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good on that.
Fantastic. So, but there you go. That's the quick news for the week.
Go to hypertext transfer protocol //www.densepixels.com/Amazon. When you go to hypertext transfer protocol //www.densepixels.com/Amazon for all of your Amazon purchases, you will be helping the show at no additional cost to you. That's hypertext transfer protocol //www.densepixels.com/Amazon.
You wouldn't be the guy that knows what HTTP stands for.
No, he fucking looked it up before he started.
Of course I did.
I could have believed that you just knew before.
No, I used to know. And I was
before he started his fucking shit.
I used to know. I was like, it's hyperlink something. And I was like, let me just look it up real quick.
I never bothered looking up what that stood for ever. Now I know.
Give a fuck.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because the browser populates that shit in for you. You doesn't make a fucking difference.
You don't even have to put the www in there.
No, you really don't. Yeah.
It's just whatever.com and it'll just fix it. It'll just fix it for you.
Not anymore. Micah, like I said, Johnny said shit to Micah about the way he does the Amazon reads. So now he just wants to be pedantic about it.
I gotta,
I'm here for it.
You want to? You don't want to hear the same thing over and over again? I get it. That's fine. I'm just gonna switch it up.
So Nintendo had a Mario-themed Nintendo Direct to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers, which is actually, I think it is this year that the 30th anniversary is going on. They had a lot of pretty big fucking announcements during this stream, to varying levels of excitement. Let's start with the one that is probably the most head-scratching in many ways. So they announced something that had been revealed for quite some time, though not in the format that. So people have been waiting for them to remake Super Mario Galaxy on the Switch for a while. And they're not only doing that, but they're also remaking Super Mario Sunshine, and they're remaking Super Mario 64 for like the 15th time. And they're putting it all in a collection called the Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Super Mario All-Stars for this generation. Side note, Mario All-Stars came out 27 years ago, which is shocking to me.
God damn.
Makes me feel super old. So we have Mario 3D All-Stars. I'm, of course, most excited for Mario Galaxy. Why anyone is excited for Mario Sunshine, beyond me. And sure, I'll play Mario 64 for the 20th time. I guess that's fine. But here's the weird thing about this. So this game goes on sale. I think it's October 10th is the day that Super Mario 3D All-Stars comes out, both digitally and in limited physical release. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. That's actually coming out on September 18th. My apologies. It's coming out next week. However, on March 31st, it's being put back into the Disney vault and not going to be sold anymore after 3/31/2021. Not even digitally, which, I can understand doing a limited physical release. That's fine. I don't understand why you would remove the game from digital marketplaces, except to do what Nintendo is wont to do, and that is create a false scarcity around their product to compel people to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, how else would you know that Super Mario Brothers is a hot commodity if they just let it out there?
Right, you can just buy it whenever you wanted to.
Yeah. This is silly. I don't know. I do understand what they're doing. It just doesn't. It's just screwed up. And got the nerve to be like, you got a limited time to buy Mario Sunshine. Like, who cares?
You know what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna vault this game, and then like they're gonna release them individually, which is what people would probably prefer they did in the first place.
Yeah,
Because I would really only be playing Mario Galaxy if I had the choice.
right. Like, I don't want to play Mario Sunshine, the one where he's actually a plumber or doing something that a plumber would do, I guess. And Super Mario 64. I mean, I played that game so many times. I used to work at an after school thing for children, and they loved me because I bought my Nintendo 64 to let the kids play with it in the wintertime when they couldn't go out. And so I've played that game enough, and I don't know, it's just weird, man. Like, stop taking advantage of people's nostalgia like that, man. Like, I understand taking advantage of people's nostalgia, but like only for a limited time. Like, all right, get out of here.
Terrence, I know, like I said, I know this is the part of the show that has you on the edge of your seat, undoubtedly. So.
Like, look, I don't have a Switch. This is not going to make me want to buy one. And the fact that they're going to vault it after 5 months definitely doesn't make me want to buy it. Like, what the fuck? Come on, stop being a bunch of fucking clowns. Like, this shit is stupid. But, that's what they do.
That is what
I don't get it. Like, again, I've played Mario 64. I played Mario all the way up to, I didn't play All Stars. Played 1, 2, 3.
So you did play All Stars. All Stars is just Super Nintendo versions of Mario 1, 2, and 3 in Lost Levels.
Oh. Well,
same game, though.
Oh, okay. That was Super Mario 3D World.
Oh, well, we'll get there, because we still have to talk about...
fuck is that?
Is this, before we move, is this for us, or is this for young people who have never played these games?
I think it's for us. We have a lot more nostalgia for...
The young people
Mario games
fuck about Super Mario Brothers anyway. It's like it's the 35th anniversary, so yeah, it would be for us.
Like consider this: Mario Galaxy, the newest game in this collection, is 13 years old. If you want to feel ancient, yeah, it came out in 2007. So, also not present in this collection, the superior Mario Galaxy 2, which everyone, as soon as they saw the collection, was like, "This is cool. Where's Mario Galaxy 2?" Well, like, it would have made sense to bring that as well. I guess they're saving that one for a rainy day. They did, speaking of Mario All-Stars, they did also release Mario All-Stars in the SNES store, which you get for free if you're a Nintendo Switch Online consumer. And of course, because I am trash, like a moth to a flame, I am already in World 7 in Super Mario 3 because I'm a trash human that can't resist playing Super Mario 3 when it's presented to me. Because that game is fantastic and it's my favorite Mario game. Is it my favorite?
It is a very good game. It's a very good game.
It probably is.
It spawned a movie.
Thank you. It spawned a 90-minute commercial.
It's my favorite 2D Mario game of all time. That's a caveat I don't know why I'm making. I really do like Mario Odyssey a lot. Super Mario 3D World, Terrence, to answer your question, is like the last game that came out for the Wii U that hasn't come to Switch. Literally, like I feel like it's literally the last game that hasn't until now. It comes out February 12th of next year for Nintendo Switch. It also comes with a game called Bowser's Fury, which I think is an expansion for Mario 3D World. You'll have to forgive me because I did not own a Wii U, like 99.9% of the country. So I don't really know what that is. I will tell you this. I am excited to play Super Mario 3D World. I've heard nothing but great things about this game. And of course, it was one that did not land on my radar because why would I buy that console? Carrie says it's excellent. So I will definitely buy this when it comes out. Arguably, the most exciting news for my money of this entire presentation is a new competitive multiplayer game that's called Super Mario Brothers 35. And much like it's taken its cue from Tetris 99, where you play Super Mario Brothers against 34 other players. and you're literally just playing normal Super Mario Brothers, except that when you defeat enemies, you send them to your opponent's boards to fuck with them, much like you send garbage lines in Tetris over, and you're competing to be the last person standing in this group of folks. This looks fun as shit.
It really does. Like this is the natural evolution for Super Mario Brothers. Just take a game that is all about like make it just cutthroat competition.
And that's what this is, essentially.
Yeah. This looks fun. But you can only play it
until March 31st.
March. Not buy it until March.
Yeah,
play
it's a free game.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a free game. And they're like, we're going to release it. It comes out in October. It comes out October 1st. And enjoy it for the next 6 months, because after that, it's going away. And you're never going to be able to play it until we decide it's time.
Until we figure out how much we want to charge you dumb motherfuckers for it.
Yo, I again, much like Tetris 99, they can make money in different ways through this game. I just don't understand where their brains are at when it comes to this stuff. But again, it's Nintendo. They're very successful. They know something that we don't, apparently. So
yeah.
But like I said, I will definitely play the shit out of that when it comes out. Because Nintendo is going to sell you toys whenever they possibly fucking can. Here comes Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, an augmented reality version of Mario Kart that's coming on October 16th. So when you buy this game, it comes with a game cartridge. It comes with these little like archway stanchions that you'd see at a racetrack. And it comes with an RC car of either Mario or Luigi. And you literally drive the car with the Nintendo Switch around your house. And as you play, it kind of makes like a Mario Kart track for you that you play with and that you race against other CPU people. Or if someone else has a RC car of their own, you can race against them as well, which is kind of nifty. Wow. And it's cool too, because it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever played Mod Nation Racers when that game came out. That was kind of like the Little Big Planet go-kart game.
Mm-hmm.
And
I never played it. Yeah.
You never played it. So you can make your own tracks in that game, and the way you did it is you literally took one of the cars in the game and you drove it around the way you wanted the track to go, and you could raise and lower elevation and stuff like that as you went. And that's kind of how this works too. Like there's a mode where you can literally like paint the floor with in AR with the cart to design your racetrack. You have to pass it through the different stanchions because that's how the game knows that you're crossing checkpoints, essentially. Right. So you can make your own tracks. This is a cool toy. I'm not paying $100 for this.
It's $100.
Yeah.
Ugh.
$100 for the game and one car.
Nah. I mean, I wasn't getting it anyway, but
right.
Nah.
Yeah, this looks fucking cool.
It does.
I also just don't see this going well with like pets and shit like that around small children
or parents.
Yeah, but then again, maybe those could be obstacles that you have to encounter along your way. It's just random shit that goes across the track. And then, of course, last but not least, aside from a bunch of other small announcements, which we won't cover, they are coming out with a new Game & Watch console that runs Super Mario Brothers, The Lost Levels, and I think like an old Game & Watch style game on there as well. This is going to cost $50. It's in the old like Famicom Game & Watch like gold and red colorway, which I think always looks really good. But again, unless you're a super fan, I don't know why you would need this.
Let me ask you a question that I don't think I've ever asked either of you. Mm-hmm. But I am reminded of it as I watch these videos of these classic NES Mario games. Is Mario a little person who gets bigger when he when he takes the mushroom? Or is or is Mushroom Mario the size of regular Mario, but because he's in this weird world, everything like he shrinks down and he has to eat the mushroom to get back to normal size?
Good question.
I feel like far too much thought has gone into that question that it requires. What if it's all just in his mind's eye, Micah?
Well, I have to imagine that it's a fever dream, right? Like,
I mean, he literally is taking hallucinogens in order to.
Right, exactly. He's eating mushrooms and smoking flowers and thinks he can touch the stars and shit. That's just PCP. You think you're invincible. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like we're getting glimpses of the mind of Miyamoto. Because he's always happy. That nigga been smoking weed and fucking eating mushrooms for fucking 45 years.
Right. He was
never not happy.
Yeah.
So how old is Miyamoto? He's got to be in his 60s.
He's got to be in his 60s. So he was what? What was he in the 60s? He was an impressionable
or the 80s.
In the 60s?
Both.
Probably like 10 years old.
10 years old? Oh, okay. Well, then these are all coke-filled dreams then. Because, this is, I mean, a couple of plumbers from Brooklyn fall into a drain pipe and end up in a land with mushrooms. Everybody's a mushroom except for one white woman. Everyone's a mushroom or a reptile. It's just weird, man. And I never understood that, right? Like, is Mario the little Mario, or is he like Big Mario, just little in that world?
Miyamoto is 68, to answer your question.
Wow.
Wow, 68.
68.
Right. So he was born in 52.
52, yes.
Right.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, 70s, man.
So we've already established that this is not compelling Terrence to go buy a Switch. I don't know what more compilation you could need, Terrence, except for maybe like Bayonetta 3 coming out. I feel like might be the only thing that will get you there.
Yeah, it's does nothing for me. I played all of those games.
It's true.
They do nothing for me.
Micah, how much are you going to spend based on these announcements?
No, I'm not going to spend anything.
No, you're not going to get 3D World, which you have not played, to my knowledge.
No, I'm not going to get 3D World. I don't have the disposable income to get it. Like, I'm saving money for. Provided that the PS5 is a reasonable cost, I have that money allocated, and I'm working on my Series X money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be. See, that's why all my games that I've gotten for the rest of the year, they're already purchased, because that's the focus now. That's the goal.
Once you get a PS4, 5, I mean.
I got the PS5 money sitting here, and now I need to. Now that I know that. Well, now that I quote unquote know when the Series X is coming out and how much
you're getting the Series X,
I'll get it eventually. Of course, I'll get it.
I mean, like,
of course,
within the next couple of months.
Yeah. Look, if I don't have the money for the Series X, I just won't have it when it comes out, right? Because if Microsoft doesn't make the Series X a priority, then I'm not gonna make it a priority.
They're not making it. Like, fucking, what is that? Halo Infinite isn't coming out till whenever the fuck that's gonna happen.
And that's the only reason I would have bought it. I wanted to play that Halo game. So
what else you got? On the X that would,
on the X
that would provoke you to purchase it within like the next 4 months.
I got Game Pass.
That's true.
But I can play those games on this one, so yeah,
it's true.
I have to load that up.
You have a 4K TV?
No, I'm not rich. No,
you're rich.
What the fuck? Yeah, you can get a 4K TV
for 4 years at least.
$300, man.
No, I don't have a 4K TV. I'm trying to. I'll probably get one when so we don't have a basement, right? Because that's where my my little area would be, where I would put all that stuff. But we don't have a basement, so we do have a very nice living room that we have kind of divided in half. Half of it is a living room, half of it is my son's like play area. When he gets to be a little bit older, I will evict him and claim that area for myself. And then I'm gonna get a big ass TV, like a big TV that has all the bells and whistles. I have a big TV, but it's only 1080p. It's
I just want to point out for the record. Now, granted, when he bought this, Micah was both single and not a dad, so that factors heavily into the equation. But I just want to point out that Micah's the kind of guy that bought a 3D TV, but he's like, oh, 4K, a bridge too far.
Right there.
There it is.
3D TV. Right there.
Let me ask you this question. When was the last time you used the 3D glasses with your 3D TV?
Oh my God. When we did the show from the palatial ground floor studio apartment.
Money well spent. Money well spent.
I can't even find the 3D glasses anymore.
Now, here's the thing. You can literally get a 4K television for like $250. Granted, it's not going to be like a 65-inch television. You can get a 65-inch. You can get a 65-inch 4K television with HDR10. I saw it yesterday for $499.
Yeah,
$499.
TCL, man.
It was a Samsung.
It's Chinese made.
Oh,
it was a Samsung. Oh,
yeah.
Better.
I was like, what the fuck?
I don't recommend buying the TCL 4K TVs unless the primary goal is to save money. Because when my son broke the screen on my Bravia, because I did not want to pay another $1,100 for a TV, we got the TCL 4K TV, and while it is still 4K and while it is HDR, it is not HDR like the Bravia was HDR.
Yo, it was a Bravia, yo. Oh my God.
Like, I don't remember the last time I saw a Bravia, to be honest with you.
I shed tears. I shit you not.
I would too. Those Bravias are incredible.
Right.
Yeah. It's fucking great.
Damn.
Literally the TV that compelled me not that I had to buy a PlayStation Plus, but the TV that compelled me to make sure that I had a PlayStation Plus. Was that, or it might have been the other way around. I might have gotten the PlayStation Plus. I was like, I need a TV that's worthy
of the Pro?
That's what I meant. Yeah, PlayStation Pro. That's worthy of this game machine. And I didn't have to buy the system, so I was like, fuck it.
Wow.
Speaking of
be very upset.
Yeah, I was very upset. But again, I can't be that upset. My wife actually made the mistake, because it didn't happen while I was home. My wife made the mistake of telling me in the middle of my shift at work. So that I had to
come on,
have the knowledge the entire day. Like, I was like, well, our
$1,100 television is
right, because now I'm thinking about it all day.
I'm thinking about that, and then I might run into a customer who's a fucking asshole. I might put his fucking face through a screen.
She's like, well, I didn't want you to be mad when you got home, and I was like, I'm gonna be more mad because now I have all day to stew over it about how angry I am about this. So, speaking of fucking up, EA, man. EA. That's all I got to say. So there was a kerfluffle on the internet last week because EA thought it would be a good idea 2 weeks after release and after the reviews have already come out. By the way, that's it's an important part of the story that I feel like can't be undersold. Decided to put in advertisements popping up at the beginning and end of replays in UFC 4, their new Ultimate Fighting game that came out just a couple of weeks ago. And when I say advertisements, I'm not talking about like the ads that you see in the octagon or in the stand. Like, those are stuff that we've said in the past that not only do I expect to see those things, in many ways it almost helps with the immersion, as perverse as that sounds, because you would expect to see those things
you see
in real life.
In an actual fight.
No, I'm talking about full screen fucking advertisements for in this case, Amazon's The Boys, which was coming soon to video, that sat over top of the replay that was going on in the fight.
Didn't 2K say they were thinking about doing that for NBA 2K months back?
I don't
like
recall.
putting actual. No, they did. They actually putting actual ads for like television shows, and people were like, "No, the fuck you not," and they didn't. But EA was like, "Nah, fuck yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do it anyway." 2K thought better of it, but then EA was like, "Let's give it a try." What the fuck did they think was gonna happen?
And again, I have to mention that this only happened after the game's release and after reviews for the game had hit publications, so that this would not be mentioned in any of those.
Because like,
well,
I mean, Sterling would have a fucking field day on this one. He probably already has a video out about it now.
Oh, he most definitely does.
Oh, he does.
He most definitely does. Yeah. It is, you know, to be fair, right? The game came out on August 14th.
Mm-hmm.
That is way too early to be promoting The Boys.
I can't believe that shit.
Holy shit, that's very good. Now, apparently, they test drove this back in July in UFC 3, but it really didn't cause any kind of an uproar because who the fuck is still playing UFC 3? That game came out back in 2017, I want to say, 2016. It's been out for a while.
Yeah, that game would be like $5 on sale a lot of times.
So no one fucking noticed it because, you know, the game's an old game. No one's really playing it anymore. But, and I guess they thought that they got away. So much, again, much like the Raptors in Jurassic Park testing the fences. EA's like, well, that didn't blow up in our face, so let's put this in our new UFC game and rake in the profits from Amazon, which is just amazing. So, of course, the internet freaked the fuck out, as the internet is wont to do in these situations. And EA relented and decided to remove the ads from the game, saying, quote, "It is abundantly clear from your feedback that integrating ads into the replay and overlay experience is not welcome. The advertisements have been disabled by the team, and we apologize for any disruption to gameplay that we may have experienced, or to translate it to more comprehensive speak, and we would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddlesome kids."
Like, it's not even just like the replay like transitions, right? Like there's like a little pop-up at the bottom, like right above the clock of like The Boys.
which again, I'm not as offended by, because you see that shit all the time in like real life sports broadcasting. So if you want to throw it in there, is it a little gross? Sure. Am I going to lose my fucking mind over it? Probably not. But when you're splashing a full screen ad before and after the replay that you're about to show me, that feels a little egregious. In the $60 game that I have just purchased. Like, that's like mobile game bullshit. Like, that's like, oh, I'm playing this free mobile game.
Right.
And
if you want to continue, watch this advertisement.
And watch this 15-second advertisement in order to keep playing for free.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Like they're going like, they're literally becoming mobile games. They're using like mobile game fucking.
Yeah, you know why? Because they see how much money those companies are fucking raking in, and they're just like, I want some of that.
You don't pay for those.
That's correct.
And like that's a different clientele. You know? Like, okay, but then again, is it? Because people pay $18 for fucking gun skins in Apex Legends.
Yeah.
People paid $14 for a fucking skin that's a different color in Marvel's Avengers.
Right, just for it to be locked.
Right. Like, what the fuck? Yo, it's their fault.
But
I blame those
that's
people.
still a choice there's still agency behind that. Like, you still have to say whether or not you do that. In this case, you're being forced to watch an advertisement for whoever EA decides to accept money from.
But you're not paying for it.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's insane.
I just don't know what the fuck they expected to happen. Like what did you think the end result of this was going to be?
Yo, nobody likes you already. Like, that's the thing about it. Everybody hates you to begin with. So you're just pouring fucking gasoline on the fire. You know what is wrong with that?
I mean, it takes a lot of effort to maintain your crown as the worst company in America.
Yeah, maybe not. I guess it doesn't really. Throw a bunch of microtransactions and throw a fucking advertisement for a fucking television show during a replay of a video game.
And like that means that they would cycle those out every month, right? Like every month,
week, whatever.
Yeah. Of course.
That is.
I wonder how they decided how they decided to use the boys, like Amazon.
Amazon paid them. That's how they decided.
Right? Yeah.
And they said, "Huh? Amazon's paying us. What is the most? Where's the most crossover in our demographic?"
Right. And look, if they pay them enough money, they'll put anything up there. Like, oh, this replay brought to you by Upload on Amazon Prime. That is not a show that this audience is going to want to watch.
The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't. I started watching it, by the way. I'm on the 3rd episode. That's a very good show.
It's a hilarious show.
I was shocked because I heard you guys talking about it constantly. It's a great show.
It's a hilarious show. Jewish people are hysterical.
They're very
funny. Micah, take it away in the post office.
Post office time. Johnny says, thoughts on AEW lying about Matt Hardy getting concussed on live TV.
Did you guys catch any of this?
I saw
forever.
I saw the spot, and ow, like it looked like it really hurt.
Well, not only that. So basically, Matt Hardy was fighting Sammy Guevara in like a Street Fighter something. They were backstage, right? And they leapt off a trailer onto tables below, but they missed the tables. Like they shot it long. And Matt Hardy's head bounced off the concrete floor in the back of the arena. So they stopped the match. And then later on in the show, they continued the match and finished the match, despite the fact that Matt Hardy should have been entered to a concussion protocol at that point because his head just bounced off a concrete fucking floor.
Yeah, he should have been taken to a local medical facility because Vince McMahon does not like the word hospital.
Is that true?
That is
100% true. That's why everything is a local medical facility, which, by the way, sounds way worse.
Right. Yo, white dudes are weird.
So,
for real.
So because of this, AEW was roundly criticized, as they fucking should have been. And then Tony Khan had to basically come out there and was like, well, we did run the concussion protocol and he passed all the protocols and he really wanted to finish the match. So we decided to go ahead and let them finish the match once it was determined that it was safe to do so. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm pretty sure he actually did want to finish the match because
I'm sure he did.
Psychopaths. But like, no, you don't let him.
It should be.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's why you have doctors there.
Yeah. Tony Khan ain't built for this show.
Well, and that's the thing that gets me, man. Like, when AEW was first coming on the scene, people were just like, oh, they're going to be so much better and so much more woke and so much more, they're going to be a different company than the WWE. No, they're fucking not. Everyone's the same in that industry. You're there to make money. You're there to fucking exploit the talent as best as you possibly can. Does AEW do it with a softer tinge? Do they do it with a little bit more youth up in the front office that you feel like that they're one of you? Of course they do, but they're no fucking different. At the end of the day, they're not.
Remember when that John Oliver piece on the WWE specifically came out, and people finally found out that wrestlers aren't employees; they're independent contractors. Cody Rhodes was asked, well, are you guys going to make your wrestlers employees? I mean, well, the way the business is set up, see, we can't really do that right now. But, it's something that we've been looking into. We would love to see it happen. But So next question. Like, come on, yo. They're all the same, man. And there's a reason why Vince McMahon, as crazy as he is, as a lunatic as he is, there's a reason why his company is still there, man. And it just
like $1 billion company.
Right. They're all the same. And it's just that one is run by a guy who is in way over his head. He's just like, my dad's rich and I like wrestling, so I want a wrestling promotion. And the other one is a shrewd businessman who thinks sneezing is a sign of weakness. So, like, I don't like, but it's all the same stuff, man. So, yeah, AEW, I mean, look, I'll watch the product, but don't think they're any better, man.
I will say Vince McMahon is an asshole, and there's a lot of problematic things with Vince McMahon. He's also one of the most interesting human beings on the face of the earth. And like Micah said, the fact that he hates sneezing, hates to sneeze, hates people when sneeze around him is one of the most interesting fucking things about him. What a weird story. What a weird guy.
I don't want like a biopic. I want a documentary on that guy. I want a documentary on that man because he is fascinating.
Did you see? So I heard this story around WrestleMania time, and then WWE just showed the behind the scenes video of it because of course they did. So Rob Gronkowski was at WrestleMania. He took a bump, like he fell off of like the Eagle's nest.
Mm-hmm.
Like setup that they had, the stage that he was standing on, because he like was running away with the 24/7 championship that he won at WrestleMania, and he was scared to take the bump. Like he's like, oh, I don't know about this, and so Vince McMahon's fucking crazy ass. We all heard it said he won't ask anyone to do anything that he wouldn't do himself. Vince McMahon's 74-year-old ass went up to the top of the fucking Eagle's nest and dove off of it to show Rob Gronkowski, professional athlete in his 30s, that it was safe to do.
Shit is wild, man. Shit is wild. That's why Shane is just diving off of shit because he wants his dad to love him deep down. You know what I mean? Yo, them and the Trump family are so similar.
I was about to say, like, Vince McMahon and Donald Trump are very fucking similar, dude. And
they're two sides of the same coin, yo. And it is one coin that if you flip it, something very interesting is gonna happen. Either a good one, a good interesting, or a bad interesting, but something interesting is gonna happen. Gustavo says, "Can Tottenham Tot 10 Ham finish top 4 this season? Aren't there like 8 billion football clubs?
There, around the world, yes. There are 20 of them in the Premier League, which is the league that Tottenham Hotspur plays in. And finishing top 4 is a big deal because that qualifies you the following season to play in the big continental European Championship League that runs aside the other domestic league seasons. Is Tottenham going to finish top 4? Absolutely not. I am terrified at how this Premier League season upcoming is going to go. The teams above us in the standings generally got better. We, for the most part, stayed the same. Like, we got slightly better, but our entire season relies on some of our injury-prone players not getting hurt, which is and hope is not a strategy. So there you go.
Rashawn says, do you think the PlayStation 5 will be $499 or will they undercut Microsoft somehow this generation, as well as going like $450 for standard and $350 for digital? No, I think they will match whatever Microsoft comes out at. And undercut? No, they ain't undercutting nothing. And
Sony has the upper hand this generation to begin with.
Right. And they don't need to undercut anything. And quite frankly, the whole like console war thing, while I always found it dumb, they are separating themselves further and further apart for the bases that they're trying to reach. Mm-hmm. I don't think Microsoft really cares about like units sold. They care about subscriptions and making money right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Sony
Xbox Series S is coming out.
Right. Whereas Sony is doing the traditional long game approach of like, let's let's put this thing out at a loss, and then 3 years later, start to recoup on it. So, no, I think they'll be the same price. They will be foolish. It would be foolish if one were to be more than the other.
Here's the thing: the memes are not saying Xbox Series X secured. They're saying PS5 secured. Like no one gives a fuck about the Series X.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like, even though Microsoft's news came in today on Twitter, PlayStation was the thing trending.
Right. So what you got, Sony?
I agree with everything you said, Micah. However, can you imagine if they brought out the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, the big boy system at $450? Can you imagine the internet exploding if that shit happened?
Yeah, they would secure their spot.
That'd be fucking wild.
Would be sold out instantly.
Yeah, that'd be fucking wild.
Extra that $50 off is all it would take.
Yeah,
everybody's like, yo, $500 is pretty much what we're thinking. 500 or more. If they dropped it to $50 less, nigga, come on.
And it's not like you can't buy anything with that $50. You still need more money to buy but it's something about that number, man. It's something about that. That's why prices end in 99 instead of rounding up to the next dollar. Like, it's something psychological about it.
$449.99 is what it would be.
Yeah.
With tax here in this state, what is that? Sounds
like $480 damn near.
Yeah, no, because it's like 29 bucks, 28,
something like that. It's close.
$28. Yeah.
Tax on 500 is 30. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it'd be fucking wild. See, and if I were Sony, I'd be an asshole. Like, if Microsoft's $499, I'm $498. like pull the Walmart just so that you can say you have the lowest price premium console. Walmart brings all their shit at like, $19.96. Just so they always say they have the lowest advertised price.
That shit's so stupid.
That'd be what I'm doing.
Amir gets existential and says, "Why is Xbox?" Carl says, "I don't have a question, but I would like to thank you all for announcing the free games on PlayStation Plus. I never checked them, and because you all announced it, I picked up Street Fighter V and fell in love with the series all over again. Good looking out. Keep it frosty. Cheese bags." You're welcome.
Yeah,
I still haven't even downloaded it.
You should. If they're going to give away shit for free, you might as well get while they get.
I download every single free game on PlayStation Plus. I just haven't downloaded it on. I don't. Why?
Gaston says, apparently everyone hates the new Madden and FIFA games. Do you think it'll be enough to actually? Do you think it'll be enough to actually spur EA into putting some actual work into them, or nah? Also, what was your favorite G4 program besides X-Play or Attack of the Show? I personally miss Portal. I was like 12, so a WoW soap opera was kind of cool to me. And Cheat, a show that'll never come back because gaming wants to be serious and edgy and has no time for goofy cheat codes anymore. Some games do.
12?
Yeah, I think he's a young dude. I think he's like in his maybe early 30s.
I'm thinking back how old when I was watching fucking Portal and Cheat. That was the mid 2000s, right?
Yeah, I was in my mid 20s.
Right.
To answer the first question, EA will put exactly as much work into those games as is necessary to maintain their current levels of sales.
That's the shit that drives me fucking nuts. People are pissed off about Madden 21. Like, I keep buying the same shit over and over. It's not any different. I've been buying the same fucking game for the last 5 years.
Yeah, consider that this reaction was the culmination of 3 years of frustration, not just frustration over this year's game specifically.
But you keep buying it. So if you keep buying the same shit that they keep doing, what do you expect?
Favorite
Your fault.
G4 show besides those two? Cheaters probably, I guess, would be.
Right. I'm like, you named them all.
And Cheaters came. I did like Code Monkeys for a time. It was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. I 100% guarantee I would not be able to stand that show now.
Yeah, probably not. No, I would just turn the channel.
I'm looking at the shows like Attack of the Show X Player first, the screensavers,
but that was old.
That was real. That was that was tech TV.
Yeah,
when they actually talked about like interesting things.
They talked about tech,
right? Cinema Tech, which was just like, hey, let's just show a bunch of trailers and shit.
Yeah.
Anime Unleashed, then Ninja Warrior, Campus PD, what G4 Underground.
Oh, I did like Icon. Icon was cool.
What else? Web Soup, International Sexy Ladies Show. What the fuck is that?
Is that right before it became like GQ?
I think we're seeing why the network will not have a ton of. Probably lasted longer than it should have, quite honestly.
Yeah,
for being real.
I don't even know what that is.
Do yourself a favor and Google shows on G4 and look at all the garbage, just the outright crap that was on that show, on that channel. Malcolm says, "How are you liking Tony Hawk?" I will wait till Game Pass has that game available.
Gary likes it, so
everyone says it's great.
Also, Thunder Rosa has put on back-to-back good matches for AEW. Do you think a partnership is brewing between NWA and AEW? Aren't they a little more open to working with other promotions?
They are, especially because they, like, unlike WWE, they don't have a vested interest in like acquiring said promotion when they're working with them. Yeah, they're very open to that, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Like, it would not shock me, to be honest with you, if you saw like AEW and Impact partner up on something at some point, because why the fuck wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no reason not to. So
why not? Steve says, "What's your?"
Damn. I'm just reading. I just clicked the more on what Steve wrote.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Fucking.
I'm not going to read the whole thing, but go to what is our Facebook?
densepixels.com/fans.
Go to densepixels.com/fans to see Steve's very interesting story. What's your childhood or adult gamer rage story? I don't really have one that's super interesting. It was fighting fighting Ares in God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Was very frustrating to me, apparently, and that was the one time I threw my controller and the stick broke. For some reason, it was just very, very frustrating to me. Not frustrating like some people. Jay comes in and says, "Make Brad read this."
Well, hang on. I'll give you my rage story. It's quite embarrassing, and it's the most Chad thing that I've ever done in my entire fucking life. Madden 05 came out. There was a bug that I was unaware of at the time, but I found out later thanks to the internet, in the game, that if you were playing against the Steelers and you did not change their jersey, like if the Steelers were the road team and you did not physically change their jersey to the away jersey, it would default load as the home jersey, and it would lock up your game and crash it. Like it would get stuck and it'd get frozen. You had to reset the system. So I had to restart and it was week 16 of my first year of franchise in Madden 05. And my playoff hopes were dependent on me doing well in this game. Restarted the game about 10 times, could not get it to work. I was like, this is fucking bugged. Simulated the game, lost, and then lost my must-win game in week 17 against the Dolphins to cause me to miss the playoffs in my first franchise season, which then caused me to punch a wall in the spare bedroom in my apartment building and put a hole into the drywall.
So you're saying that that Madden game was broken, right? Now that was Madden 05.
That was 15 years ago.
Yes.
And if I remember,
It's
your boy Ray Lewis was on that cover, right?
That's true.
Oh.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
So yeah, so like I said, the most Chad thing I've ever done my entire life. That hole persisted in the spare bedroom in me and my roommate's apartment building until the very day that we moved out a year or so later.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Shit, which one do you want to hear?
Right, you got.
Yeah, I think Terrence has told all of this.
Terrence is paralyzed by all the choices he has.
The biggest one would probably be me putting Micah's fucking picture on his phone of my number. Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
All right. Because it was Street Fighter 4, matter of fact. I was playing that game and I was playing someone. I thought
it was Marvel. That was Marvel 3.
Was it? No, it was Street Fighter 4. It could have been either one. I don't remember. I don't recall. There's a haze. Yeah, I lost and I broke my television that I paid like $700 for.
Yep. Fantastic.
That was a mess. That was like, fuck. I literally just destroyed this television and I paid for this a lot of money. Yeah.
Here it is, folks. See, this is another reason why you need to go see us on Facebook. That right there is an image. I had to block out your government name. That is an image of a broken television screen. That is the contact picture for Terrence and me.
So I'm told that I have to read this. So apparently I'm about to swift boat Terrence real quick. How does Terrence feel about being nothing more than a goddamn flip-flopping John Kerry type?
Have you read this whole thing yet?
With his, I have, but don't worry. I'm going to stop myself before I get to with his Avengers review. I trust him to be the guy to say, this shit sucks, and mean it. Turns out he wasn't so tough all these years as we thought. Old mushy middle head ass censored. A word that I am not allowed to say. Jay said to make sure I do say that last word and dare that flip-flopper to say something. He won't do nothing to you, Brad. I somehow doubt that. So,
Jesus Christ.
You've been swift-voted, Terrence. Congratulations.
He's mad because he wants to play. He wants to play it now. That's all that is. I understand.
He kind of does. He kind of does.
I understand. It's fun. Go ahead and pick it up. You never have time to play it. But
I don't have time. I don't have time to do anything. I have a baby. I'm a parent. No one knows what that is.
Like you have no idea what it is. You have no idea what it's like to be a parent. You have no idea. That's what James become.
Right. Giving me shit. Giving me shit when we had Maxwell. Hey, what the fuck? I don't have any time. Get out of here. Leonardo says, any games you're holding out for to play on next gen, or are you playing everything now? I'm personally doing the former. I'm glad that you have that kind of patience. I do not.
Yeah, I can play it now. It's not gonna be that much better on next gen.
Yeah, and quite frankly, if you buy it digitally, it's probably gonna transfer over anyway. So. Andy says, trying to put together a fantasy team. Do you think Odell Beckham Jr. makes a good number 2 receiver? Oh.
Andy's being cheeky.
Gustavo says, Micah, the day you go to Japan, what video game item are you going to look for? We were supposed to go to Japan this year for my 40th birthday, but one, the Olympics would have been there, and two, a global pandemic. So it is not meant for me to go to Japan. And now I probably won't go until about 10 years from now, because I don't want to take a baby on an international trip like that. and I want him to be able to remember it because it's probably going to be the only time we go to Japan.
Mhm.
So you better like it. So I don't know. I don't know what I would look for. I don't want to say anything too racist, right? And I would like to pay Capcom a visit, but that's just me being a weeb.
I think it would be fun for you to be able to buy a Senran Kagura game without any shame whatsoever. That'd be pretty exciting.
Is he gonna get it out of a vending machine?
Yeah, there you go. Even better.
They're like, oh, you're an American. You're a lightweight. These are the real Senran Kagura games. Malcolm says, question for my man Brad, a.k.a. The Wolf, your favorite member of NWA?
Ric Flair.
There you go. That's the right answer.
Right. I was about like, which one? Which one? What you were talking about? Oh, you didn't specify. It's Malcolm. This is a wrestling question for all I know. So.
Henry says, we know that Terrence looks like Maurice White from Earth, Wind, and Fire. Has anyone noticed that Micah could pass for a clone of Leon Silvers from the group The Silvers?
I don't see it.
I don't think I look like that dude. Like, I have lazy eyes, and his nose is a little too black. The lips and the chin, maybe. The lips and the chin, like if I had one of them half-ass handlebar mustaches, maybe. But everything from the lips up, no. But the chin and the chicken lips, yeah, that works. Ramirez says, what games would you want to experience for the first time again? Mass Effect. I know that's my default answer for everything, but I really love that game series.
Since you said that, I'll say Metal Gear Solid.
And what did you say, Terrence?
The Tomb Raider remake. I really love that game, like a lot. Like that first one is so good. I'm blown away.
And Jay from Japan says, for $1 million prize, if you had to win against a pro gamer at a current gen sports game, what game would you pick? Brad, FIFA is off the table for you because we all know you're good at it. So pick something else.
NFL 2K5.
It's got to be current gen though. He specified current gen.
I don't care. NFL 2K5. I don't play sports games, so none of them, because they would kick my ass in all of them. But see me in NFL 2K5.
What's the NBA Jam equivalent of current gen games?
Oh,
Playgrounds.
Playground, yeah.
Yeah. NBA Playgrounds. You didn't say it had to be a simulation. So.
This might surprise you. I would not pick FIFA because I know enough to know that I would get fucking waxed by any professional level FIFA player. Like, I'm good, but I'm not that good by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know. I mean, I'm playing Super Mega Baseball, so that would probably be the default one that I have the best shot in.
There you go.
I still don't think that I'd fare well enough against a professional level player in Super Mega Baseball 3. But that'd be the one that I'd have the best chance in, for sure.
There you go.
Well, that is it for the post office. Thank you guys very much for submitting your questions. And that is it for the show this week.
No, it isn't.
Oh, that's right. Terrence
I did a thing.
Story.
So I have a friend, Tyrone. Micah knows who he is. We were talking a couple days ago, and he had made a purchase, and he had showed me the purchase. And then he streamed the purchase. I'm like, that looks pretty cool. And I just came into a large sum of money finally after 2.5 months.
Oh, damn time.
Finally. And I paid all the bills that I need that I were late with and all that good stuff. And so I made a splurge purchase. Can y'all guess what it is? I'm gonna give you one guess each.
One guess each. Micah, you can go first.
You made a splurge purchase. Is it a new TV to replace the old TV that you probably broke during your wait for your windfall?
No, that is incorrect. I still have the television. I got that television from Brad for like $130. And it's a nice one too.
Yeah, that was what I got rid of when I got my Bravia. So
yeah.
Who'd have thought? So my guess would I would have guessed a Switch, but you've been ragging on the Switch the entire episode, so I would not guess that. I'm going to guess that it is a professional level controller of some kind.
No.
Okay.
No, that is not correct. Has anyone heard of the game The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners? Came out in June? April? Came out in April this year on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, it's a VR game.
Okay. Oh shit! Did you really?
Yeah.
You bought a PlayStation VR?
I did. I got the bundle.
Oh shit!
It's fun.
Is it?
No, it is. VR is actually a lot of fun.
And I have like 4 or 5 games that work with it. I played No Man's Sky in VR. Nigga, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't need to be hearing this.
The Iron Man game that came with the bundle, pretty goddamn fun.
Is it?
Yes.
All right, I can't.
So
like you have to fly, you have to use the move, and because the bundle it comes with the move controller, because those things are $100 if you get 2 of them.
Oh, that didn't come in the bundle?
No, it did.
Oh, it did. Okay.
It comes with the headset, the controller, and the game.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's fun.
Have you purchased Beat Saber yet?
No, I bought the Saints and Sinners, the Walking Dead,
okay,
which is you need to look at like a trailer for that.
Yeah, apparently everyone loves it.
It's really good.
So you've heard me talk about these two on the show back when I had my quest for a cup of coffee.
I was looking at Super Hot,
yes,
Beat Saber with you. Yes. I remember those two. Those are the two games.
Those are the two that I can unequivocally recommend to you. I think you would like Super Hot a lot.
I played Super Hot regularly.
Right. And imagine that in VR though.
Yeah. Like I'm telling you, look, I'm sold. Like it's dope. It is. Like just the fact that you're like you turn and it's so different.
Micah, Terrence is exciting you, and I understand that you were prone to peer pressure and things of that nature. Micah, allow me to appeal to your practical nature.
Yeah.
Where are you going to play it, Micah? Where do you have room to set up a PlayStation VR in your house that toddlers aren't going to be running around and your wife's not going to be bugging you to do this, that, or the other thing?
You need a little bit of space for that thing.
Oh, because I play video.
Not a lot.
I play games up here now.
Yeah, no, you're that ain't. I tried playing the Quest in this office, and that was not a great experience. Like it was never good to play that up here. I had to go downstairs when I wanted to actually.
Yeah, it's some games you can actually sit down and play. Like you can sit down and play No Man's Sky because you don't have to stand up. The Walking Dead, no, you got to stand up. The Iron Man game, you have to stand up because you have to use your arms to control him. Like you fly with his fucking thrusters. So wherever you put your hands, that's the direction he flies in. Then he shoots like fucking repulsor blast. It's crazy. Like you can see someone playing it on because it shows up on the television, what they're seeing, but it doesn't do justice for what they're actually seeing when they're wearing that fucking headset.
That's what everybody says. My brother-in-law
tripped playing. I was playing earlier and I tripped over like a shoe or something because I was like moving around my fucking room. Like what the fuck is? It's fine. It is.
My brother-in-law said the same thing. He was trying to get me to buy one, and everyone who has used it has said this is amazing. I've never actually put on a VR headset.
The last time I put one on before yesterday was like 15 years ago. It was a very long time.
Yeah, the last one I put on was a Virtual Boy. So.
Oh, so you trying to get a seizure?
Right, right. I'm trying to make my eyes bleed and see red all the time.
Now, what I'm curious to see, Terrence, is once you've burned through a lot of the VR catalog,
right?
what the staying power is, because that's always the tricky thing with VR is once you get through the stuff that you actually want to play, how long
Yo,
you actually hang around.
Do you have PSVR?
No, I used to. I had that for a hot minute. I knew I wasn't going to use it with the toddler around at the time,
Right.
so I got rid of it. And then I had the Oculus Quest for about a year, which I used a lot when I first got it, and then less so, which compelled me to sell it at a profit, which was cool.
Played Wipeout in that thing. I didn't know there was a fucking VR.
Oh yeah,
onto that. No. Like I couldn't. Like,
did you do? Was it cockpit view?
both. Like the funny thing is, the third person view is worse because it makes it seem faster. Like the they did something with the camera to make the cockpit view not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But when you zoom out to the fucking third person view, it's like fuck you. Like it's super fast and it's 3D and it's VR. It's crazy. And I didn't even know. I was scrolling through all the games that in my catalog. I have 112, and I'm looking at all of the ones that have the VR logo on it, and I just turned them on. I'm like, this is cool, whatever. This is cool, and I have Resident Evil 7, so that's the next game I'm gonna try. No, I did. I started it, and then I was like, nah. and I love horror movies and video games, but I was like, yo, this is too fucking tense, and plus my stomach hurt.
Do you play those? Do you play those other cinematic horror games? Until Dawn. Does that?
I think that's VR. Also.
Yeah. Until Dawn is not, but they have a VR spin-off of Until Dawn.
Okay.
It's almost like an on rails game.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of like that. Saints and Sinners is not on rails. Like it's you just walking through the streets of New Orleans, and like. You have to, when you put a screwdriver through a zombie's head, you literally have to put force into the thrust, or it'll just bounce off of their skull. So you got to cock back and just, wow, like you hold their head with one controller, and you take the other one and just jam it into their skull. It's dope. It's wild, and it's super because you have a backpack. And like you use the controller to take your backpack and look at all the stuff in your inventory. You put the backpack back on. If you have a shotgun, you pull that up from your backpack. If you have like a 6-shooter, you pick that up from your side, or a knife, you pick it from the other side. Yeah, that game's cool.
With the screwdriver impaling technology, does like
and you gotta pull it out.
Like what happens like when you grab the person and then you just bam, but it doesn't work. Like
it bounces off this stuff.
Like
it bounces off of this stuff.
Do they look at you like, yo, what the fuck? Or do they
they're all
just
zombies, so they're really not saying.
Oh, the zombies. Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was. Like,
but like if you try to stab them and you do like a little fucking bitch ass thrust, you just boink like oh shit. And you can break bottles and stab them in the head with it. It's pretty immersive. Like that's the game that sells a lot of people on it.
That's cool.
It's a cool game. It's a really cool game. So that yeah.
I'm excited to hear all your VR what we've been playing lately now.
I'll give a review for it because I only played it for about an hour today, and I had to sit down because I was getting emotional.
Yeah, that's the other question too. Is how are you coping with the, especially like the walking simulator games have a. It's tricky because, like I said, when you walk forward in the game, but your body's not experiencing the inertia of walking.
Yeah, you're not
that's
actually.
Where it fucks me up.
Weird. Like it fucks me up when I'm looking down.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm walking and I'm looking down at something, like my stomach just gets this like knot in my stomach, and I'm like, all right, I gotta.
Apparently, the more you do it, the easier it is to overcome.
Right.
That feeling, you build up a tolerance to it. So that's what I do.
But it's fun.
Very cool.
Yeah,
well, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Make sure you subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Go to youtube.com/thosepixels. Subscribe there as well. Ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode dropping. And we are all on Twitch. I've been pretty good at sticking to the schedule that I made for myself. So Dense Pixels Brad for me, Apparition 410 for Terrence. Carrie is Suffix Carrie. Usually streaming Monster Hunter on nights. Then you can expect some regular regularity. But yeah, that is it. A supersized episode. Not expecting that to happen, but you're welcome, Internet. I'll see you all the next time.
See you.
You're watching the Dense Pixels YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button while you're here and make sure you check out our weekly podcast where we discuss the latest gaming news and our impressions on what games we've been playing.